Peace. This is the Enemy's Public, and I am Bro.Nasir. And of course, I urge us all to think, brothers and sisters, the innocence of our children should never, ever be violated. And anyone who violates the innocence of our children are violating divine law and order. When we see children playing, especially playing together without any conflict, we are supposed to smile about that. Yet this is not the case in Waukesha County, Michigan, where some 6-year-old black boys, some little brothers, were riding their bikes in the neighborhood on the 1300 block of Candlewood Lane in Waukesha County, Michigan, when a hateful ass Asian heard what he considered a commotion, not children having fun, hearing laughter, and babies who are 6 years old having fun riding their bikes. He considered that commotion and asked the children to leave, and then went inside and did the unthinkable. When I see children playing, I smile, because children are supposed to smile, and children are supposed to play and have fun. And we're not supposed to have problems with that as adults. If I see a child sitting around all day, every day, and not playing, I'm going to think something's wrong with them. So when I see children playing, it makes me happy. Play all day. Now, this hateful Asian went inside and grabbed a gun, shot through his window, hitting the young brother in his arm. Thank Allah much, the young brother survived the shooting. He's going to be okay. And they arrested the devil, and his bail was consistent with a high traffic ticket. If they give someone a $10,000 bail, that person can get out with a little bit over $1,000, which is not consistent with a grown ass man shooting a 6-year-old boy. And they let him go with $10,000 bail. But our people are not going for this thing today, because we're going to raise all kinds of hell if we see any type of injustice going on. So our people raised hell, and he was re-arrested and charged with a higher bail. I believe the higher bail was $100,000, which it should be even higher than that. It should be at least $500,000 for being that reckless and shooting indiscriminately towards little babies. And then he hit one, shot a gun at a child. This 6-year-old, who has a lot of sense for his age, more sense than some adults, said that the Asian devil came at him with a sledgehammer first. But the young brother said he was too fast. Why do children have to worry about this at age 6? He's worrying about being too fast for a grown man coming after a 6-year-old with a sledgehammer and then shooting at him. Our children should not be put in that position to worry about things like this. And you know what? It's on us. It is on the fathers. Because when he was bailed out the first time before he was rearrested, the question of the day is, why was he allowed to come back in that community and live in peace for 1 minute? This is worse than the Army veteran harassing and pushing the young brother around, and our brothers and sisters pulled up and his punk ass moved. It should have been potty training going on at that neighbor's house. Pull-ups. Should have been major pull-ups to the point that he'll feel safer in jail than out on the streets because he shot a child. No one should do harm to our children and be in our community. No one. No child. And particularly black child, but no children should be in danger in our community. I don't care what ethnicity they are. You violate a child, you're supposed to get seen by the men in that community. And it should be that if they give him a $10,000 bail, he should say, no, I want a higher bail because I'm safer in here. I want a bail I can't reach because they're waiting for me outside. And I don't like the position the father taking. He's not mad enough to me for a father whose son was shot by a wicked, hateful ass Asian, for him to say, I'm irate. It's like he's trying to sound like them. Brother, you're supposed to be pissed off. And I'm being polite. Pissed the F off and ready to kill somebody for shooting your baby. But it's good that our people raised enough hell to the point that he was re-arrested and hit with a higher bail. Now, at the same time, the same people just got a bill signed into law protecting them. Protecting them because of a few questionable incidents that happened supposedly in New York and California. But disregard all the racial connotations and attacks and abuse that Asians commit on black people. Now, our enemy must be mindful that they should not mess with the anointed. Be mindful on how you treat the anointed and stop lying on the anointed. Black people, stop lying on us, because every time you say something about us, the very people who say it proves otherwise. Just like when they were in the process of passing the law on behalf of the Asians, saying that black people are attacking Asians, and a white man go and kill 6 at massage parlors. We didn't do that. And these isolated incidents, wherever they happen at, is just that. It's not like somebody's targeting Asians to beat them up and cause harm to them. In all actuality, I haven't had an interaction with them to say that I have a problem. Yet I'm not going to dismiss what my people say, who said that they had a problem with Asian people. I can't dismiss that. I can't say that because I haven't had an interaction or a problem or an incident that is, not so. According to my own brothers and sisters, no, I'm going to believe them. Yet, there's laws being passed to protect them. When Asian people are disrespectful to us in their establishments, Asian people, men in particular, jumped on our women, put their hands on our women, and fortunate enough that it didn't happen in my community, because the dynamic would have been totally different, because I live in a 5-mile by 5-mile city with a little over 60,000 people in the city. But it would have been a towering inferno if an Asian man or any other man would have put his hand on a member of our family. It would have been a problem. A serious problem that the only solution for them would be to leave. That would be the only solution. You will not remain after doing that. And this man living next door to this brother who shot his son, he should not be able to remain in that community after shooting that little brother. No. A 6-year-old is barely in the world. And for someone to fire a firearm at that little brother should face and catch physical hell. Physical hell. Should be no talking to him. I believe they raised his bail up to $100,000, which is still not enough for me. For shooting a 6-year-old, it's not enough. $100,000, no. The prosecutor said the boy should have a long life ahead of him, but that shouldn't distract from the significant amount of pain felt in the community over this incident. It takes a village to ensure public safety, and that's true. And it's up to the men. That means the public have to get involved to be sure that our children are safe. And if anybody around threatens the safety of our children, the innocence of our children, they get rolled out. Point blank, period, no questions asked. We're not asking local authorities, federal authorities for permission to protect our own families. We don't need permission. That's a natural right for a man to protect his family. In particular, especially his baby. A neighbor harboring hate towards 6-year-olds. There's no other reason why a 29-year-old man would shoot a 6-year-old child except there's hate in his mind and in his heart. One reason only. I don't want to hear no mental illness. No. Because if that's the case, you're all mentally ill because you all want to kill us. It's not a mental illness. It's not. It's your mind, it's your spirit, it's your natural way of thinking. You're just wicked inherently and naturally. And children playing is innocence. They wasn't doing anything besides riding bikes. And they should be allowed to ride bikes in peace without facing harm or potential death by some damn hateful ass Asian who's supposed to be his neighbor. This is the enemy's public. I am Bro.Nasir. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.